The whole idea of Love Zim is that it's a prayer campaign. It's a campaign that encompasses anyone who says they're a Christian, they pray, and they are willing to pray for Zimbabwe. The main focus of the campaign is the Love Zim Prayer Day. For the past 3 years, on the last Sunday, and this year in 2012 is the 30th of September, on that one day, we invite Zimbabweans everywhere to stop and pray for the nation. Whether individually you can pray wherever you are by yourself, or together in groups with friends, or as churches, we ask Zimbabweans across the world. I mean, the Zimbabweans are in a lot of countries in diaspora. We started this in 2008, 2009, when things were really bad in Zimbabwe. And at the time, the narrative that was coming out of Zimbabwe was relentlessly bad. It was just, there was no good news. Things were so bad. And we wanted to counter that and come with something fresh and encouraging and saying, you know what, things might be bad, but as believers, we believe that God is still with us. God is still engaged in Zimbabwe. So we wanted a different narrative. God says, you have prayed and I have not responded because you haven't done anything about the poor in your midst. So we want to pray and do something. Though at the time we were not clear what the something was or what the action was going to be, but we're always clear that it's going to be about prayer and it's going to be about acting on behalf of the suffering in our nation. Only a little bit later, we decided that action that we will unite behind is the rebuilding of Zimbabwe's agriculture. It's the restoration of the bread basket. You know, there's everywhere you read now, people talk about Zimbabwe being a basket case. Well, I don't accept that. I think Zimbabwe has been, and always will be the bread basket of the nations. And there is going to be yet a better time of that than we have ever seen before. So that's what we are praying for, and that's what we are acting towards. That restoration of agriculture. And the restoration of the people of Zimbabwe, obviously, because as Christians, we believe that we need to be whole. Who is we? Who is Love Zim? In one sense, Love Zim is everybody who prays, quite honestly. It's because the whole aim is Zimbabwean Christians who are concerned about the nation and pray for it. But in a practical sense, who is actually running Love Zim? Love Zim is run here in the UK by 3 different organizations. The organizations that I work for is the Global Native. We're a Christian charity that's registered here and works here. We support the whole agriculture system in Zimbabwe, the farmers we work with. But besides us, there are a lot of other organizations that have supported Love Zim. There is Zimbabwe Watchmen. There is the Council of Zimbabwe Church Leaders. It's not just about Zimbabweans only. There is organizations like Tear Fund who have been part of this campaign right from the start. This year, I think there'll be even more organizations coming on board because really it's about just praying for the nation of Zimbabwe.